it's Jaiden. I'm back with another video. So today I am with Mia, aka Bestie Boo, and we are going to be talking about the importance of mental health awareness, and we're going to be giving you guys some tips on coping with certain things and give you some examples and talking about a few things. So yeah.
All right, so let's just start off by saying that mental illness is a very real thing. And it's not just being sad one day or just feeling down. It's way more than that.
A lot more people deal with it than you think, because a lot of people don't tell everyone how they're feeling. A lot of people keep it to themselves because they feel embarrassed, or they just don't want people knowing their business, and they think, oh, no one will think it's a big deal. But a lot of times, a lot of people are going through the same thing that you are, so it is good to talk to people as much as you can, as comfortable as you can.
Okay, so let's talk about depression. So depression is a mental illness that affects how you think, feel, and your ability to do normal activities that you'd usually do. So that's like if you constantly feel down every day, if you can't sleep, or you lose appetite, or you overeat,
undereat, because that is one for sure.
And if you don't do things that you normally do, like you stop going out with friends and you're in bed all day, that's a big sign that you probably are suffering from depression.
You can get diagnosed with it. Some people say they're depressed when they're not really depressed, and it's misdiagnosis is like a big thing when it comes to depression, because there is like a fine line between being depressed and just kind of being lazy and sad. So like after a breakup, you would think you're depressed. Some people might be, but normally you're sad because you will get over it. It does take some time. Normally what causes depression is like a lot of things building up, not talking to anyone, and then you eventually just feel so like helpless and just like worthless, and then it really just drags you down. And a lot of times your friends and family will notice that you're acting differently. In my case, I noticed she was a little down, and so, you know, we kind of talked about it. It is good to ask your friends if they're okay. It is very important to be nice to people even if you don't know them.
You definitely don't know what's going on in somebody's life. Like, I'm somebody that I will walk around with a big smile on my face and act normal, and nobody will know that anything's wrong.
Except for me, because I can always tell. We weren't friends for a little bit, but I can always tell like when she's upset. Like I just feel the vibe. So really get to know your friends, because it is important. Make sure they're okay. There is a hotline for, I don't want to say, what is it, a suicide hotline?
Yeah, it's a suicide hotline. So if you are ever feeling like you're at that point and you don't know who to turn, you feel like you have nobody to turn to, call the hotline and they will talk you out of it, and they will give you advice on what to do.
Not just suicide, like harming yourself as well, because they will answer and they will talk to you. Even if you just need someone to talk to, I think it's really important. And if you don't want to call just a random person, call your mom, call your sister, call your brother, call whoever you feel like will be able to get you out of that tough spot that you're in. So I will have that here for a lot of the video. So if you want to just kind of call it, just call it, but don't prank call it, please, because that's not what it's for.
It's very serious.
Yeah, it is definitely a serious thing. It is important to always speak up, because some people might be going through the same thing that you are, and it might be worse. So if you say something, the other person might be like, oh, well, hey, me too. And if they were too nervous to say it first, then you kind of help them. So that is a very important, not just like with mental illness, but a lot of other things. Speak up and don't be nervous and don't be afraid, because the majority of the time, thousands of other people are going through the same thing that you are. So
it's good for you to get some help. And personally, for me, I held in everything for a couple years, and then one day I finally just broke down and I had to tell somebody that I needed help. And so I was diagnosed with major depression and anxiety, and I'm getting help, and there's no shame in that. You need it, you need it.
Yeah, admitting it is a very big step. So when she came to me about it, it just kind of, you know, it makes you sad, but this is a tip to help you if one of your friends is going through something like this. You can just be there for them and tell them that you love them. Make sure that you let them know that they mean a lot to you, and hang out with them. Go do super fun things to get their mind off of it. And if they don't want to go do something, then just sit with them and do nothing. So that comes down to why I got this little tattoo. You all were wondering, you thought that it was me. I mean, yes, it's for me because I'm like starting over like a new year, everything like that. But I got this tattoo to support her through this time, because it is very important to have friends that support you, because a lot of people feel alone, and I know she felt alone for a little bit because we weren't really friends and like other stuff was going on. So I can't stress it enough to be there for your friends and to love them, and to make it a point to show them how much you care about them, whether it's the littlest thing or like taking them to Disney. Anything helps. I can't take you to Disney, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Showing this little small tattoo, just when she found out that I got it, she cried.
I cried. Because her, my mom, and my sister all got the tattoo. And when they showed me, I just started crying. Because before I told anybody about it, I felt so alone and I felt like I had nobody. But then after I got help, I just realized I'm not alone.
She has her sister and her mom and friends, so she's going to get better. So be sure to follow her, guys, and just comment some positive things because she's great and she needs to know that she's great.
And if you're dealing with something similar, go get some help. Tell somebody, tell a friend, tell your mom,
please,
anything. I feel so much better knowing that I don't have to go through this alone anymore.
I think that's the biggest part to getting better, is not being alone, because the more you are alone, the worse it's going to get, and it's going to build up and build up, and you'll be like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. That's what we're trying to prevent now. That's why it's so important to be aware of your mental illness if you have it, and if you think you have it, go get like checked and go to the hospital, talk to a therapist. It doesn't really matter how big of an issue it is, just talk to people, because letting it out and talking things through can really make a difference in your mental health.
And depression and anxiety is something that you should be diagnosed for. You shouldn't just rely on like a self-diagnosis if you think you have it, because it could be at a point where you need to go see therapy once a week or take medications, and it may not be something that you can just keep self-diagnosing and trying to self-treat.
Depression is very common amongst teenagers because this is a time of our lives when we're finding ourselves, we're going to college, we're moving out, we're just kind of learning like who we really are, and there is going to be a lot of times where we are alone. So if you are a teenager and you need help, please do not be afraid to call this number. Comment down below. We're going to kind of be both commenting back and like answering questions, because I feel like she might have some better answers than I do, but we are definitely going to try and help you guys as much as possible. We are going to be doing a giveaway with, I'm not sure exactly what yet. I'll be announcing it soon, but the giveaway is from both of us, and it's going to be a suicide awareness bracelet or necklace, and it's probably going to have the little semicolon on it. If you have the tattoo, or if you want to get the tattoo, go ahead. There is a website called Semicolon Project, and it's all about the semicolon and the meaning.
It's called Project Semicolon, and it's an organization that is dedicated to the prevention of suicide through awareness. So making sure that people know what it is and that you can recognize somebody who may be in need of help, and you can go donate there. And it's a nonprofit organization, and the semicolon means your story doesn't end. So instead of a period, your story will continue no matter what.
Like a new beginning. She's gonna get her tattoo soon.
Yeah.
The tattoo guy was not at work today.
One thing that really helped me get through is reading poetry. And so I have a couple books that I would really suggest if you just need some inspiration. They're very inspirational. This one is called The Princess Saves Herself, and this one, it is by Amanda Lovelace, and it's just a story about inner growth and like taking things into your own hand. And this one is very, very common. Most of y'all probably have already read it. Milk and Honey. It's very good about getting over some situations, and also about taking things into your own hand and moving on from like a heartbreak and serious situations.
I think my sister read that one.
This is the latest one that I read by Rumi Carr. I don't really know how you say the last name. It's called The Sun and Her Flowers. I felt like this one was made for me, if we're being honest. I read it and I'm just
staggers by.
I know. I read it and I'm just like, everything that is talked about in this book, I feel like was meant for me to read, and just everything is just.
So you think these books were like helped you?
Yeah, they really helped me. It really helped me realize that everything that I'm feeling is completely normal. I'm not the only one feeling like this, because
you're not alone.
When you read it, you realize that other people out there are dealing with the same things that you're dealing with.
But that is all we have for you guys today. Please don't hesitate to call the number, look up the Semicolon Project website. I'm gonna have all of that in the box below. But also comment, go check out Mia's page, follow her, and give her some words of encouragement, because we are all here for her and we need her to know that. So thank you guys for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn on my post notifications, and stay fabulous.